I'm William Mulligan, and today I'll be sharing with you my favourite quotes to help guide you to a happy life.
Everything that is really great and inspiring is created by the individual who can labour in freedom. The unhappiest people in this world are those who care the most about what other people think. The only way to deal with an unfree world is to become so absolutely free that your very existence is an act of rebellion. He offered her the world. She said she had her own. The only real prison is fear, and the only real freedom is freedom from fear. I know but one freedom, and that is the freedom of the mind. The whole secret of a successful life is to find out what is one's destiny to do, and then do it. The purpose of our lives is to be happy. Freedom is not worth having if it does not include the freedom to make mistakes. Yes, you can. If you do everything as if it were the last thing you were doing in life, and stop being aimless, stop letting your emotions override what your mind tells you, stop being hypocritical, self-centered, irritable. Stand for what's right. Make your life beautiful. Make your life meaningful. Freedom lies in being bold. If change is forced upon you, you must resist the temptation to overreact or feel sorry for yourself. Self-discipline and self-control determine the quality of your life more than anything else. I am no bird, and no net ensnares me. I am a free human being with an independent will. Mistakes are a fact of life. It is the response to the error that counts. Be. Don't try to become. No man is free who is not master of himself. Those people who hate you envy your freedom. Freedom is not worth having if it does not include the freedom to make mistakes. Freedom lies in being bold. Do not be distracted by the darkness of others, to head towards the light. To be good without hesitation, even when other people are not. That's our job. The unhappiest people in this world are those who care the most about what other people think. What matters most is not what our obstacles are, but how we see them, how we react to them, and whether we keep our composure. Freedom means the opportunity to be what we never thought we would be. Many of life's failures are people who did not realize how close they were to success when they gave up. Do not act while the tide of rage flows in. Wait for it to go out, then act with reason and proportion. Better to die fighting for freedom than be a prisoner all the days of your life. I am no bird, and no net ensnares me. I am a free human being with an independent will. Pain will leave you when you let go. If we seek social status, we give other people power over us. We have to do things calculated to make them admire us, and we have to refrain from doing things that will trigger their disfavour. From every mountainside, let freedom ring. Be, don't try to become. If you drop your ego, don't take things personally, and adopt a detached perspective, your ability to deal with all types of people, situations will immensely improve. Whatever seems lofty is dangerous. Those whom an unfavourable fortune has placed in a critical position will be safer if they eliminate pride from their proud circumstances, and bring down their fortune as much as possible to a lowly state. Emotions are easily hijacked by illusory threats that tap into our insecurities. We can't be strategically dynamic if we are always on the defensive. We are more effective when we realize how many things don't require any response at all. Expose yourself to your deepest fear. After that, fear has no power. The fear of freedom shrinks and vanishes. You are free. Progress is not achieved by luck or accident, but by working on yourself daily. May we think of freedom not as the right to do as we please, but as the opportunity to do what is right. When you are upset, you are likely to sacrifice the well-being of tomorrow to appease the hurt feelings of today. Not a good trade. Subject your emotions to a cooling-off period before you allow them to guide major decisions. In the truest sense, Freedom cannot be bestowed. It must be achieved. How long are you going to wait before you demand the best for yourself? I decided I can't pay a person to rewind time, so I may as well get over it. Life is 10% what happens to you, and 90% how you respond to it. Is freedom anything else than the right to live as we wish? Nothing else. Freedom is the open window through which pours the sunlight of the human spirit and human dignity. Be thankful for what you have. You'll end up having more. If you concentrate on what you don't have, you will never, ever have enough. The truth will set you free, but not until it's finished with you. Ignoring someone is more powerful than hating them. Hate means that you are somehow bothered by the person and can't stop thinking about them. They possess you. Indifference indicates that you just don't care. It is freedom. The only thing you can control is the thought you are having right now. Make it calm, clear, and simple. Make it your superpower. If life were predictable, it would cease to be life, and be without flavour. Don't argue with people or insist on showing them truth. Maybe it is you who needs to change your mind. Even if you are right, you only incur resentment by trying to correct others. Life is like a coin. You can spend it any way you wish, but you only spend it once. In order to write about your life, first you must live it. He who angers you conquers you. Your time is limited, so don't waste it living someone else's life. Don't be trapped by dogma, which is living with results of other people's thinking. The way I see it, if you want the rainbow, you gotta put up with the rain. It is a narrow passageway that leads to the garden of contentment. Big egos don't fit. Nobody's free until everybody's free. Not to display anger or other emotions is to be free of passion and yet full of love. Hypocrites get offended by the truth. I would like to be remembered as a person who wanted to be free, so other people would also be free. Life is not a problem to be solved, but a reality to be experienced. When I discover who I am, I'll be free. There is no better way to grow as a person than to do something you hate every day. Tame birds sing in freedom. Wild birds fly. No person is your friend who demands your silence or denies your right to grow. There is a huge amount of freedom that comes to you when you take nothing personally. From every mountainside, let freedom ring. Here is my secret. I don't mind what happens. We must be free, not because we claim freedom, but because we practice it. I needed to stop being what everyone thought I was. The best answer to anger is silence. Freedom is the oxygen of the soul. To enjoy freedom, we have to control ourselves. Lock up your libraries if you like, but there is no gate, no lock, no bolt that you can set upon the freedom of my mind. The only real prison is fear, and the only real freedom is freedom from fear. A concept is a brick. It can be used to build a courthouse of reason, or it can be thrown through a window. When I discover who I am, I'll be free. Until we are all free, we are none of us free. A concept is a brick. It can be used to build a courthouse of reason, or it can be thrown through a window. Freedom is the only worthy goal in life. It is won by disregarding things that lie beyond our control. You feel peace by coming to terms with what you don't know. Greatness starts with the replacement of hatred with polite disdain. In 3 words, I can sum up everything I've learned about life. It goes on. Meditation is intermittent fasting for the mind. Too much sugar leads to a heavy body, and too many distractions lead to a heavy mind. Time spent undistracted and alone, in self-examination, journaling, meditation, resolves the unresolved and takes us from mentally fat to fit. Together with intelligence, self-control turns out to be the best predictor of a successful and satisfying life. Freedom is the will to be responsible for ourselves. Life is like riding a bicycle. To keep your balance, you must keep moving. A man who believes in freedom will do anything under the sun to acquire it, or preserve his freedom. The healthiest response to life is joy. Try to avoid making important decisions when you're angry. Acknowledge the emotion. Recognize that it clouds your judgment. Remember that angry people tend to sacrifice the long-term good in response to short-term provocation. Lock up your libraries if you like, but there is no gate, no lock, no bolt that you can set upon the freedom of my mind. For to be free is not merely to cast off one's chains, but to live in a way that respects and enhances the freedom of others. Expose yourself to your deepest fear. After that, fear has no power. The fear of freedom shrinks and vanishes. You are free. Better to die fighting for freedom than be a prisoner all the days of your life. Self-control is all about moment-to-moment self-awareness. You catch yourself doing or about to do something undesirable, see that it isn't good for you in the long term, and as a result of the awareness, abstain from doing it. All cruelty springs from weakness. Being angry means your lizard brain took control. Being calm means you stayed above your emotions. It is our own opinions that disturb us. Take away these opinions then, and resolve to dismiss your judgment about an act, as if it was something grievous, and your anger is gone. Nobody's free until everybody's free. Curiosity about life in all its aspects, I think, is still the secret of great creative people. Your true self is not your emotions such as anger, frustration, or hate. It is the inner witness that knows the rise and fall of your emotion. Turn your wounds into wisdom. At any given moment, you can choose to follow the chains of thought, emotions, and sensations that reinforce a perception of yourself as vulnerable and limited, or to remember that your true nature is pure, unconditioned, and incapable of being harmed. Everything that is really great and inspiring is created by the individual who can labour in freedom. Freedom is the open window through which pours the sunlight of the human spirit and human dignity. Pain will leave you when you let go. Don't settle for what life gives you. Make life better and build something. The only real prison is fear, and the only real freedom is freedom from fear. People think that if they complain about life or the world might change. But of course this does not happen. You cannot change nature and its laws. It is what it is. No amount of complaining, resentment, or mourning will help. Accept, let go, and move on. We must be free, not because we claim freedom, but because we practice it. You can never really learn much from hearing yourself speak. Zoom out. In the grand scheme of things, is this really going to affect you? We can't even remember what we were doing 5 days ago, let alone 5 years. What matters is how you feel now. If it makes you upset, let it go. If it feels good, let it consume you. Live for each second without hesitation. A minute of rage can undo a lifetime of diligent effort. Self-control is self-preservation. Most of us won't look back on the moment we acted in anger as amongst our finest. The truth will set you free, but not until it's finished with you. For to be free is not merely to cast off one's chains, but to live in a way that respects and enhances the freedom of others. May we think of freedom not as the right to do as we please, but as the opportunity to do what is right. If you lose self-control, everything will fall. People are always looking for shortcuts. The only way to achieve greatness in life is to have patience, consistency, and discipline. Humility is a knowledge of our weaknesses. Confidence is a knowledge of our strengths. And ego is something dangerous, with none of the former and a skewed sense of the latter. A man who believes in freedom will do anything under the sun to acquire it, or preserve his freedom. Stop trying to impress others with your stuff and start trying to impress them with your life. Self-control is the chief element in self-respect, and self-respect is the chief element in courage. We must indulge the mind, and from time to time allow it the leisure which is its food and strength. We must go for walks out of doors, so that the mind can be strengthened by a clear sky and plenty of fresh air. Talk, but rarely, if occasion calls you. But do not talk of ordinary things, of gladiators or horse races, or athletes, or of meats or drinks. These are topics that arise everywhere, but above all, do not talk about men in blame or compliment or comparison. Be silent for the most part, or if you speak, say only what is necessary and in a few words. Be true to whoever or whatever you are, and wear it like a badge of honour. Fit in with one person and one person only, yourself. If you cannot change something, it is best to accept it cheerfully, rather than adding to one's misfortune by grieving over it. He who reigns within himself and rules passions, desires, and fears is more than a king. Do not envy those who seem naturally gifted. It is often a curse. In the truest sense, freedom cannot be bestowed. It must be achieved. It is easy to blame them. It is hard to confront me. The easy path is the road to ruin. The hard path is the way of growth. Freedom is the only worthy goal in life. It is won by disregarding things that lie beyond our control. No person is your friend who demands your silence or denies your right to grow. You stuck to your principles, and when opportunities came along, you pounced on them with vigour. Tame birds sing in freedom. Wild birds fly. Once the ego inflates, it will only come back to earth through some jarring failure. The only way to deal with an unfree world is to become so absolutely free that your very existence is an act of rebellion. The key to growth is the introduction of higher dimensions of consciousness into our awareness. Is freedom anything else than the right to live as we wish? Nothing else. Freedom means the opportunity to be what we never thought we would be. Growth and comfort do not coexist.
Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you want to support what I'm doing, then please consider subscribing, becoming a YouTube member, or just leaving a like, sharing the video, heading over to my website, www.TheEverydayStoic.com, or heading over to my Instagram, where I post daily affirmations, quotes, Q&As, I post Stoic memes, and I like to build a community around Stoicism, so you get to see other people's ideas on Stoicism, and you get to learn from the comments as well. Thank you for watching. I hope you have a great day.